Welcome back to the At Home with Roby show. Visit us today at AndrewRoby.com. I'm Trent Haston, along with David McGuire. We're your hosts. Thanks for joining us this morning. Find out more at AndrewRoby.com or visit us on the WBT homepage. Click Andrew Roby. Dave, we had Jenna Snider. I'm rigid there in my opening. Now I'm going to loosen up, guys. We had Jenna Snider with us today talking about old athletes, old singers, old funny stories. We talk about you're our guest host, so you're in here for the fourth segment, but you typically get kicked out by the third segment.
No love. Yeah, I get used and abused and kicked out.
And Ashley's not here with us. Typically, our primary guest of the show, our outside guest, who today is Jenna Snider, gets kicked out on the fourth segment, but she is actually sitting here smiling and hanging out. She wanted to hear us and motivate us for the last segment.
Yeah.
But since you're here, Dave, and we talked about Hood Harget Breakfast Club, talked about charity, talked about the Charlotte Stands for Heroes event coming up on February the 17th, Darius Rucker, Eric Church, Bruce Springsteen, Merrill Hodge, and all that good stuff, which is all great. Let's talk a little bit about how the year's starting off for the Roby family of companies. Let the audience recap on what we got going on in the state and how you feel about the market that we're in this year.
Yeah, well, so last week on that Home at Roby show, we talked a little bit about the economy here locally and what we're experiencing, and so we're very bullish on the year, and we're off to a great start with this year. You know, we as many of you know, Andrew Roby is our residential business, and it's custom residential, so we do custom homes and we have custom remodels, and then we also have home maintenance and our handyman services for our clients. So, and that's great in Charlotte, you know, right now. So we're blessed there. Similar stuff, you know, we have an office in Boone that's right off 105 where we're building. We've got several nice custom projects that are going on up there. Raleigh, we have a new great leader, and she's super motivated and excited about expanding the same type of business in that Raleigh market. We've been up there for 3-4 years, and same thing in Atlantic Beach, you know, out there in Morehead City. You know, those guys have been out there doing a great job, so they've got several exciting projects, custom projects. And, you know, here in Charlotte, we also have commercial. And Roby Commercial is we've got a great leader in place, and Matt Young, and he's got some cool stuff lined up.
And that's all construction areas, which you're in charge of, and then I work with Patrick McIsaac, who runs Roby Electric, who's based out of Charlotte, an electrical service business, relationship-based services, and they have an influence in an office in Columbia, South Carolina, and an office in Greensboro as well for Roby Electric, and then our newest addition, which we thought was a need for our clients, is Roby Realty, led by Ashley Davis, my partner on the radio show typically, who's got the stomach bug, and Sandy Thomas, and those are our two partners that run Roby Realty. It's getting its first year under its belt, and it's really providing a service for our repeat client base that we've always thought was there and needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Dave, I think our agenda this year for our business and kind of what I like to talk about, business examples and help educate and talk about things we've messed up on and things we've succeeded on. But our goal this year is to tie the whole company back together and be one Roby.
Yeah.
Communication, utilize our resources, everything. Try to make it all a little bit easier by leveraging our resources and polishing that diamond instead of having 4 or 5 or 6 companies or offices fighting against each other and trying to run their own little small business.
Yeah, the $1 million question for every business as you go is that if you're going to grow, you want to get better as you grow, better service, better quality, and it's a challenge, you know, if you've got some it's separation regionally, but with where technology is going and with the support that we have with the leadership, and then we were mentioning, I believe last week with the Hendricks Corp and the Sandler process, sales and management, you know, we're bringing that all together, and we're all in classes and we're training, and so we're hoping that for our clients they're going to see even better quality and service and have happier employees.
Yeah, I was going to say that communication is the key of how in our business how to be one Roby, but it goes across the boards for other businesses, other charities, other networking organizations. I mean, anything in the community. It's all about communication. I was just installed as the 2016 president of the Greater Charlotte Home Builders Association chapter, and my my platform there was communication. We have a communication problem. We can get better at communication. We got to communicate to our constituents, and in business, our constituents are, I've debated this before, are our associates and our customers. And who comes first, which I think the answer is neither one comes first. They're both tied together. They're hand in hand. And quite frankly, they're part of the business family, which we call the Roby family. You would agree with that, Dave?
Oh, yeah. No, there's nothing more important. You can't have happy clients unless you have happy employees, and that's where it starts. And so they're vice versa. So, that's our emphasis this year. So we're real excited about it.
But for the Charlotte and for the North Carolinas markets, we do a fair amount of work in upstate South Carolina. We feel bullish about 2016. We think the business environment's good. We say hang in there, ignore the bad news, ignore the bad press. It's all propaganda. Hang in there and stay strong, and let's all have a great year together, and let's continue to build on what Charlotte has going.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's kick some Seattle Seahawk booty here in a few.
Okay. Well, we always leave. Ash says his part, which I'm going to say. For David McGuire and the entire Roby family of companies, I'm Trent Haston. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next Sunday, hopefully with Ash, at 9 a.m. We hope you will be as well. For the At Home at Roby show, visit AndrewRoby.com today. And to remember, you're always at home with Roby.
Wow, wow, wow.